that's a hell of a lot of fun. Probably ought to turn that music up more. Foxy loves it. Do I have enough cord? Yeah. I don't know if that's loud enough.
The microphone is boot lasts the longest, so news is strongest. It ain't a game, it's plain to see. You listen to the sounds of breathe.
Alright, we're gonna go with that. You know what, fuck it. Hey, that's better than it was, isn't it? I'm not in a tin can anymore, am I? It's better though, isn't it? You just play the but you can fucking hear me now, right, Foxy? Tell me you can at least. That it's at least a little better than that's at least a little better than it was. I like to make people sleep, I guess. We already got a character. Wait, I think we're playing the Paul one. Hopefully I didn't fuck up and put the wrong one in. Alright, I think that's okay. I appreciate you're looking at Captain Pete. I appreciate everybody that's helped me with the audio. Man, I had this image smaller than I want. I can barely see it. Boom! Why am I number... Oh, I got promoted. I forgot. Hell yeah, motherfuckers! No, I play for the New Orleans Zephyrs. I got promoted from the Jacksonville Suns. Right now I'm just doing like a... I don't know what I'm doing. Some sort of batting practice type thing. Yeah, I think I'm in the Marlins organization. Yay. Come on, motherfucker, pitch it to me. But damn! I fucked that up royally. Okay. Why the hell did I sound like I was in a tin can earlier? I failed. Don't judge me. Love me. Oh, I don't have to swing it after the thing he gives me. I don't want to go play for the Mets. I want to go play for an American League team. I think in both this and the YouTube one I've done... Oh, I'm failing at this. Can I quit this? Fuck them. I'm not going to learn how to hit. Fuck that shit. Hey, there's someone for you, Foxy. And Sir Ian, if you're still here. Cardinals? Oh, I don't want to play for Cardinals. I want to go to the Tigers. That'd be cool. Alright, so I'm batting second for the Zephyrs. You're your own person, Foxy. Cheer for whoever you want. Hey, we're in second place. We're 3 games back. We just gotta win and get on top of it. I need to write down some of these settings for the next stream. Oh. I wouldn't mind I don't really want to go play for the Yankees, though. Nothing against the Yankees, but that's not my team. Oh. I didn't realize I could knock these settings up more. Maybe I should have before. Whatever. Don't. Let's just get into the game. Fuck it. No one needs to see me hit. He's gonna disown you? What's Mark gonna do to me?
MLB, the
I don't.
tour of the minor leagues continues
Yeah.
as we make a stop
Not a big Yankees fan.
Pacific Coast
They don't
League.
really need me as a
Tonight,
fan.
We've got a good matchup in store between the Memphis Redbirds and the New Orleans Zephyrs.
Alright, number 2, Super Paul games. No, Captain Pete.
And now he'll likely have a look down to third to
Wait.
see if anything's up here with nobody out.
What's your football team, though, Captain Pete?
Before the first pitch, a check at first. Oh, and it froze
No,
him, and they
Chunal is on the Suns. I don't want him to get promoted. He can stay down in the minors.
I think he got a little carried away with getting
Oh,
his lead
he should have
over there.
caught. Oh, he did
Still
catch.
wind
Oh,
up calling.
fuck! He got the leadoff man. Son of a tit. I didn't even get a swing, and they caught him. So how do you end up a Packers fan and a Yankees fan? What year is this? 2014.
And this is going to be fouled into the diamond level seats.
I assume you meant the game in real life. It's all the same.
And quickly
Yeah,
speeds
suck
his
on
way
that.
down the third base line.
Thank
And
you.
This gets past him at third as it hugs the line. A fair ball.
It's sexy to wear stirrups. You should start doing that every day of your life, Ian.
You have to
What's Memphis'
respect
mascot?
the
An
runner.
old guy?
When you come in tight, it cuts down on your angle on hard ground balls, and this one gets past it.
All right, Lou Hill. How about you hit me to second?
Stand in now, and as you can see, he enters play with 16 home runs on the season so far. And
Oh,
here's a
fuck.
big swing as he sends this one in the air out toward deep center.
So I guess you're not a Giants or Jets fan? Oh,
There
I'm not
to
going to
put it
make
away,
that.
and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first.
That ball was hit well, and it might
Fuck
have been a
the
different story if
Penguins.
he pulled it. Instead, he hit it to the big
Uh.
part of the ballpark, and he's retired.
First pitch coming.
It must be nice to have your team still in the
As he
playoffs.
looks at ball one.
He did not like that one bit. Now, it's one thing to work in with the hard stuff, but don't do it around the dome.
And he falls behind now, 2-0.
Just getting deeper
Are you
and
drunk?
deeper into trouble here in the first inning.
Does that mean I don't have to be a part of A4L anymore?
Now
Is that
he's
what's
falling
going
behind
on?
Another guy here.
Out in front
Oh,
here as this is pulled
yeah.
down the third base line. And this will stay inside the
Good
third
deal,
base
first
bag.
and
A fair
second.
ball. Throw will hold that runner at
I have to
second,
agree
so
with
they're
Foxy,
2 on now,
unfortunately.
2 away. Ty Wigginton will get his first shot at it here. He's got
Gordie
a-
Howe. Gordie Howe's still playing, right, Captain
Numbers over the
Pete?
last 5 games. Not much going
Steve
on there.
Eiserman, he never retired, did he?
First pitch is a slider
Pavel
down low.
Datsyuk?
It's 1-0.
All right, Sir Ian, well, I'll wait for you.
Swing and a hard hit grounder down
Suck
the
it,
line.
butt faces. I'm going home!
Third down the line. It's a fair
Kiss
ball.
my ass, catcher.
The opening salvo
I'm very
is fired
polite.
here as they take a 1-0 lead.
Gordie Howe will never die. That's what I'll say at his funeral, and they'll be like, why are you here? I'm like, it's Gordie Howe, motherfucker. You know what was great was in the 90s when the Soviet Union fell apart, and then all their players came to play for the Wings. That was a good time. They'll fuck him with the bat. Poseidon, what do you want me to do? Push him down and be like, now catcher, prepare for a butt fucking with this
Get
bat.
Another opportunity here as they've batted around now.
Tell me you're the only one that's having that problem, middleman.
Big swing there as it's hit pretty well out toward deep left field.
Ah, shit. I can't even see the
Third and
ball.
being waved on home.
Well, that
You want to put a big smile on the face of your starting pitcher? Give him a
Foxy,
6-month lead
I made
early
this
on
guy
this
as the
season.
test
He's gonna be
before I
loving
started
this
the
right
LP
now, and I got a
stuff.
feeling
I wasn't
not
spending
much
hours
more
trying to make
months
him look
yet.
like me. If I did, I would have given him a beard and made him bald.
Will step in with a couple of RBIs already. And
I'm not supposed to be in right field. Yeah, I did fuck that up.
Here's a ground ball toward the hole, and it's going to sneak on through into left field for his second hit.
Throw it
of the night.
home, because apparently I should
And
have.
the run will score
Run
from
away in
second base
shame.
as They've upped it now to 8-1.
Tuna would have probably made that. I hate to agree with you, but I royally fucked the pooch on that one.
They've just blown the doors off of this one.
No. Would be worse, Captain Pete, is if they demoted me back to the Suns. Well, actually, the Suns were doing well.
Will lead things off. Bottom third of the order set to go.
Yeah, my guy's arm
to
is
third.
weak, just like mine in real life. I do not have a strong throwing arm.
Now here's a ground ball toward the hole, and it's going to sneak on through into left field for
I
his
got it.
second hit of the night.
I can't throw to second very well, but I'd rather you
This is a
didn't
very
burn him
good
with
approach
fireworks
here with
ice
two
pick.
strikes. It's a smart
I made him a little bit like me, though, because when I was young, I was
trying to
fast.
come out of his shoes here. It just makes a good two-strike adjustment.
Not strong arm, but I was
Delivers a nice,
fast.
solid base
Sissy
hit.
boy throwing arm. I'm glad you're my coach there. You make me cry, Foxy. Holy shit, they're up 10-1? I missed the second inning with the Memphis whatever scored 8 runs.
Paul Dutch will stride.
I was proud I have a hit.
Singled and later
I'm 1 for
scored
1
his
and they
first
scored
time.
8 runs already. Fucking A. Ah,
Swinging,
shit.
the ball popped high in the air and heading for foul territory behind first. Melendez is over and he's got it.
They need some roids. Oh, he caught it. Motherfucker. Hey, I'm 1 for 2. But they are raping our team hard. It's not my fault.
Will stand in. 2 hits in 2 trips.
I screwed up 1 outfield play. They could not got 8 runs on 1 play. You know. I'm a center fielder. I'm not supposed to be playing right.
And a
Fuck,
fastball
I got it.
swung on and hit in the air to left.
Yeah, baby.
Dutch will get there with ease as he puts it away for
They
out
didn't
number
let them
2.
score 10
Well,
runs.
he gets you out there, but he's not missing many.
I envy your arm there, Ice Pick. I never had a strong arm. I always had to hit the cutoff man when I was in the outfield. Unfortunately, there is no mercy rule in baseball. Hey, I got around to the catcher. Wasn't that good enough? Okay, what do we got? 1 out and a guy on
Dutch
first.
will stand in. He's
I only got to score 10 runs somehow on this. Can't tell me Chew Now would do that. Suck it! Slap that hard. Slap it like I slapped a pitcher's mama. It's huge, Captain Pete. It's like fucking Donkey Kong. Yeah. I have to rip shirts in half and have like the left side be bigger with how huge my left arm is from, you know.
0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground ball thus far. Keeping him close there at second. Now the pitch.
They're stirrups, Foxy. Ian knew what they were. Only Foxy would be like, ew, those are ugly. You should look pretty out there when you're playing baseball.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike.
I'm just trying to score. Like every day of my real life. It's sad. Oh.
A ball hit
Fucking
hard to the
A!
left side.
Yeah!
That's in there. Base hit. Around
Go
third,
home,
and
motherfucker.
being waved on home. Now it's cut off. A throw to the plate. And he's going to score with ease.
Soxes
as the
get
throw will
bitches?
be too late.
Yeah, I like, what I like more, and I didn't realize they had than the stirrups, is I like what I have on the YouTube one, where the guy's wearing the socks that are pulled up over his uniform, because that's old-timey.
No lead to speak of at second. Here's the pitch. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1.
Oh.
Much too tardy
Come on,
the
dude, you
fastball.
gotta
1-1.
get me moving. We've got a lot of runs to make up. We're getting destroyed. I would figure this is how I would start the stream tonight. First of all, the audio is so low, it sounds like I'm in a tin can. Followed
Now we
by
go with here on the 1 and 2 count. I got a feeling
our
that
team
this
getting
one won't be in the
destroyed.
strike zone either.
I can't steal, Pete. I suck at stealing.
And this is low, but it's corralled quickly, and both runners will have to hang on. And they will get him on the
Ah,
recovery
fuck
down
you!
third. So
I
you
always-
can
I
forget
just-
the wild pitch. It's a 2 to 5 put
That's
out.
the pitcher.
And now there are 2 gone.
Well, I couldn't even get to third, let alone steal home. Captain Pete, you're not supposed to enjoy my failure. Only 2 possession game? I know Ice Pick. If we can get a touchdown and kick a field goal, we're good.
Join the hit parade so far.
Oh, I'm not good at right field yet.
And he gets some
I got it.
wood on
Oh,
here as
fuck.
this is lifted
Do I
to
got
fairly
it?
deep
Yeah, I
left.
got it.
Dutch is there to put it away. and
Oops,
the
I
runner
threw it to the
will be
wrong
first,
place.
so
Oh, well,
it's
it
back
works.
first.
They're gonna judge me for it, but Chew Now didn't score 13 runs when we were on the same
That ball would have
team.
had some carry to it. I don't think he got that one flush, though.
Well, no. Now we need more scores. They're up 13 to 3.
Bobby Fortune.
I'm not having a good
Struck
week.
out looking his last time.
What's up, Bobby Fortune? But you think you're better than me because your name is Rich like Fortune. I don't know where the fuck you get off with that attitude? Come on, hit it to me, buttface.
Now a slider that's
Check
swung
this
on,
out.
hit
I got it.
Toward left. Dutch is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. So it...
Yeah, we need a hell of a lot of runs. Hey, I'm 2 for 3. I'm doing all right.
Get another shot now. 2 for 3 in the
He
game.
scored 39 runs while being president. Yeah, his fortune for me was that we're gonna lose. I don't know how we're gonna make up 10 runs. Oh, fuck, that was my pitch.
Yeah, kind of a late.
I'm not stealing home. I'm not stealing again, Captain
That
Pete.
might just be a routine fly to right.
Oh, can I get on? Damn you! Damn them all. 2 for 4.
Good hustle getting down that line. Even on a routine ground ball, you can't take your time. You know, pat your glove, autograph it. Not with this guy running.
Who autographs their glove?
And they just do get him at first.
I gotta get on base before I can steal. What if Chunok can go fuck himself? That's how I feel about that. My guy is not good at getting a good takeoff when he's
Joey
running.
Butler will try and erase his 0 for 4 in the ball game.
I'm amazed they have anyone without a hit in this game with the way they're up 14-3. All right, I'll run in circles after this play if I can catch it. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh, I can't at the end, but I caught it.
Puts it away, no problem for the first down.
I know, I wish they'd fix the lag on here. It's like sending messages by Pony Express. See, I caught that though. If they could hear me on the replay, they'd hear, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh
Try
fuck.
again. 2 for 4 in the ball game.
Alright, I just gotta get 11 runs somehow. Hi, my name is... Fuck you! No, I didn't mean fuck you. Sorry. My name is Tim. I was talking to the ball. Yeah, because it takes forever, you know, to get the chat thing.
Now a swing and a ground ball.
Foxy, are you the only mod in here? You should be like, I'm Queen Foxy. I'm gonna wear a crown. How did I connect with that? Yep, because I'm going to talk about the Teapot Dome scandal. Oh, that's a good one. Oh yeah, bitches! Remember when Garfield got murdered? That bitch liked lasagna. I am Queen Fuckers. Hi, Queen Fuckers. Everyone, give it up for Queen Fuckers. Somebody's got to introduce Foxy to the comma. A joke about Rutherford B.A.'s. Is there no one at second? They're not even going to try and keep me? Should I steal? I don't know.
That time. It's ball 1.
And you know what? That's not a big breaking ball coming up high and tight.
I didn't mute anyone in Eccentric. I never do. I don't even know how to. I'm going to go.
And there he goes towards second.
Fuck
Pitch
you!
inside the throw, and no throw as he'll just hang on to it.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll take second base here, but I think they were pretty well.
Foxy, you were just complaining earlier about how you couldn't hear me. You could have told everyone that's okay. The audio was good.
Or simply defensive indifference.
Now a little tapper in front of the mound. This should get him out of it. On to first, and that is going to conclude the festivities here tonight.
Yeah, this is one that
I tried to. I gotta get to third base first, Captain Pete, before I can steal home.
Then you had to enjoy it, and they get the victory here by a...
No one on my team seems to be able to do anything.
This one pretty much over.
Do you have to work tomorrow, Foxy?
We give you a final look at the line score here and what turned out
I don't
to
care
be a
about who was player of the
blowout
game.
victory. Time to hand out Topps Player of the Game honors for this one, and guys, I think we can all agree that this fellow right here.
We had 10 hits. We had a fair amount of hits. We just couldn't put them together. I had 3 hits in this game. Got stranded at second twice. Chunao wouldn't have done better than me. I hit better than Chunao. I don't feel better than anybody. I try not to let the people on my team know that when they call me up. Yeah, I'm great. I know all about outfielding things. Somebody hits the ball, and let's make ourselves faster. Let's improve our fielding so I quit boning it up out there. We're in second place. We're 4 games back now. I don't know. Ian said he was going to go somewhere, and he never came back. Hey, I'm back in the leadoff spot. Actually, like, hit number 2, but... Sorry, I'm jamming to the music. Foxy, we should form a band and play music like that. She'd probably just be like, go die in a fire. Alright, fuck batting practice. What? Why my power? I already have a really good average. I'm hitting 3-something.
Shows continuing coverage of minor league baseball is on the air.
Alright, let's see what the pitchers are like. There's our pitcher, Zephyr Man.
Starting pitchers, you get the assignment here.
Oh god, our guy's ERA is 6.51. I'm sorry, Foxy. I won't use my straw anymore. That's a hold back from when I used to do Minion shows. Oh, my guy doesn't have the power for home runs.
We'll step in now to lead things off in the home half of the first.
My on-base percentage will always be the same as my batting percentage because I can't get walked. Get attacked by robber barons. Let's do this! I'm leadoff man. I'm a hero. Ah,
Gets a
tits.
piece of it here, but it's chopped foul.
My one problem is I love every pitch that's ever been thrown. I'll swing at everything.
And he'll just fight this one off as it's chopped foul.
Come on, bro. Give me something to hit.
Curveball, but he can't get him to chase it 1 and 2.
Yeah, my guy hits pretty well. It mostly helps he's fast.
Got him to swing on top of that one.
Suck my dick, pitcher!
Ah! Throw on to first.
Thanks for coming out, middleman.
Wow, showing some sweet athleticism right
He
there.
loves my sweet athleticism. Athleticism.
But he gets to it quickly, and then he makes a good.
I haven't played baseball since I was a kid, Foxy. Well, I take that back. Maybe about 7 or 8 years ago, me and a bunch of my friends got together and played some, but just for fun.
Carlos Carmona.
Hi, David.
And he was a big part of the win last night.
Gamer forever.
3 hits to his guys.
Oh man, I'm gonna
Still
look.
looking for our first hit in the ballgame.
I'm not so good in right field.
Here's a sharply hit ground ball toward the hole, and it'll get on through into left for a base hit. The first hit for either.
Oh, that was a bad
so
throw.
far. And the
Oh, I forgot to run in
holds
circles.
Second, so they're at first and second now with no.
Night, middleman.
I tell you, when you're on a hot streak,
I don't have a
you just
PS
gotta fit
Vita.
on
Sorry.
everything you
I have a
touch
friend who says it.
first to
Oh,
go. I mean,
my friend
this is
Brad's
not a
online.
particularly
I'm
great
sure everybody here
swing.
wants to know
Not hit
that.
hard at all, but sure enough, it finds a hole and that
Double
average,
T
it'll climb a few
Captain
more
Pete, that's too
points.
fucking hard.
Ray Ortiz.
I fucking hate
stand in.
T-balls.
Couple of hits in that
Oh,
ball game
God.
last night.
It doesn't help I've been drinking a little bit.
Short lead from second. Now the pitch.
Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck! Oh,
Left. And now he has some trouble with it in left.
um,
And the run is into
ground rule double. I wasn't
1-0
even,
ball game.
I wasn't near that. He had one shot of Super Bowl. Do I have to fuck myself with a bat after that? What's wrong with drinking and going to work? That's all oh, see? You see at the end how I run away? It wasn't me! If I run away from the play, the coach will ignore it.
He homered in the ball game last night.
Why should I get one on P6? Or May 6. Yeah, I kind of do choke in the outfield. I'm used to center field. I don't deal with change well. I'm in New Orleans, but so I'm supposed to drink. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Only play is going to be a first.
Not gonna fuck someone with a bat, according to
RBI
Poseidon.
Ground out as the lead moves to 2-0 now.
Well, by rights, this should have been an RBI single, but that's one
Oh,
heck
good
of a play
job.
out there on defense. The run's still going to score, But what an exceptional
I haven't shut off
defensive
bottle
effort out
rockets
there
in
to at
forever.
least get an out on the play.
What's Sony's big surprise?
Danny Stemley will get a second shot now. He grounded out to start the ball.
If they give me $1 million, I'll buy one.
And
Oh,
this is on the
fuck.
ground toward the hole. And
No,
now he has some
shit!
trouble with it in left.
Damn it, your fielding numbers suck. I just ran over the ball. I'm like, woo! Oh wait, I was supposed to pick that up and throw it. See? Oh, they showed after I got it. What do you have for the Vita?
Carlos Carmona will stand in with 2 on and 2 out here in the third.
Doing sex and dances.
And
Oh, did you like Borderlands?
swung
Oh,
on
fuck,
and
fuck,
hit
fuck,
in
fuck,
the air
fuck,
to
fuck.
left.
I got it. Yeah!
Is there, and he puts this one away for
That one's going in the highlight reel. Most of the rest of what I've done tonight is not going
So they
to.
pick up no runs.
We're down 2-0 already? Well, that's fucking balls. Come on, get the guy home, please. Guy on third.
Paul Dutch
2 outs, and I've been drinking.
grounded out to
Seems
start
like
the
hero time. Oh!
swing and a miss as they start him out on a pitch well inside for strike 1.
Yeah, and you got to be careful that you don't go up there helping them out, especially if you get that
Ah,
feeling that
fuck.
they're trying to work around you.
You must really like the Vita. Are they paying you to promote it? Will they pay me? Oh,
And this is
tits.
swung on and missed.
That's foul. That's foul.
Housekeeping at first.
No.
First will indeed get him. It's a strikeout, score at 2-3, and the inning is over. A golden opportunity to get on the board. Here goes for
Super
Norton.
high, super highlight reel is 6 seconds long.
The Friday night show.
No, we'll make it longer, Poseidon, because we'll put a really cool intro with some music on. Most of it will be an intro and then an outro, and then there'll be like 3 seconds of, hey, he got a hit once. And then we'll show kittens. Everybody fucking loves kittens. Oh. I don't hit it here, I'm getting a drink. Hey, Prime. What are you gonna be streaming, bro?
It's softly to the left side
Whoop,
of the
whoop,
infield.
whoop, whoop.
Throw to first in time, 1 gone here in the 4th.
We're only down 2-zip. What was the old way it charged? I haven't had a handheld gaming device in ages. I think the last one I had was like one of the old Game Boy Colors, which I got for Pokemon. I saw my cousin playing that many years ago, and I was like, I need that game. I gotta catch them all. I never did.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. They haven't done anything with their opportunities.
Suck
so
it!
far.
Oh, shit!
They finally cracked the scoreboard.
One there.
I had fans to the runner, but oh man. Did you like the DS? I have a friend who loves theirs, but I've never played one myself.
Really put the brakes on this rally, but he's able to beat it out on the back end.
I wish I could remember who. I had a friend recently talking about how much they liked the PS Vita, but I can't remember.
The 3rd time now. He struck out and bounced out in his first 2 trips. First pitch here misses wide, 1-0.
Is Foxy, do you run around like Godzilla? Is that what he's saying?
Pop up and
She's like,
that's what
"Rob."
he's looking for on the mound. So that's good restraint to hold.
If I have a 3DS, can I play? Oh shit!
Second, this could be 2.
Fuck you!
On to first, it's a double play.
Ah,
as their
hit
woes
it into a double
continue.
play.
The inning is over. 4-6-3.
I seriously can, David. That's actually pretty cool.
On to the back third.
I was gonna say something, but I forgot. Oh well. Oh wait, if I get a 3DS, can I play Phoenix Wright? Can I be an attorney at law then? Foxy, I'm glad you can't destroy cities. Then I'd have to be way nicer to you, and you know how I feel about being nice to people. That's a state.
Paul Dutch will dig in now, and he'll do so representing the tying run.
E-Prime doesn't know. He's from Winnipeg. They don't have geography there.
Up in the yard on you here and tying the ball game. But if he does find a way to get on base, things get a whole lot more interesting.
Why are we gonna be Pokemon pals there, E-Prime? Can we hold hands? I'm a Pikachu! Ow! What the hell? Fuck you, pitcher!
Here.
Fuck you!
Whoa, that one
What the hell was that?
right there. He's lucky that thing didn't go all the way to the backstop.
Trying to murder me? Hey, awesome monkey. Ah, shit. Why did I swing after that? I was scared after he went at me.
After that one, and it's even 1-1.
Yeah,
I like Toronto. It's been ages since there, sadly.
This is a much better
It's a cool
spot.
city. Suck it!
Takes a big swing at that one as this
Go,
one
go, 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 go!
here and deep out to left
Fuck
field.
you!
And
Other team.
a home run. And there it is. With that swing of the bat, he's collected
Will I, David?
AAA home
Hell yeah, my first AAA home run.
You got that right, man.
Yeah, for the Zephyrs.
Like circling the
I'm your soul, Matt? You gonna step on me? That seems rude.
before he lays his head down tonight, he's gonna replay that.
My Anakin, my Jar Jar? If I'm Anakin, you can be Jar Jar. Kind of lightsaber you. Fuck yeah, home run, kids! Home fucking run. Oh, I don't want 2,000 friends. I have a hard time finding 2 friends. Everyone I know ends up becoming a whore. Can they have a whore detector on there? Chuna wouldn't have hit that out. That's why Chuna is still in the AA. That was wicked, though. I tied it up. It's 2-2 now. What's up, Zephyrs? This is how you do it, Paul style. Foxy's like, yeah, what a bitch. George Lucas became like a billionaire because of Whiny Heroes, man. Oh. The one thing I worry about the new films is J.J. Abrams is doing them, and he's never been afraid to have giant plot holes in his work. He's like, I don't care. If the action scene's cool, good enough.
There goes the runner. Now the 0-1 is lifted in the air.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I caught that.
He's under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So a run on 2 hits, no errors.
Did you get Foxy to watch all the Star Wars prequels? Did she watch The Phantom Menace? E-Prime. I had fun watching the 2 JJ Star Trek movies, but plot-wise, that doesn't compare to most of Star Trek. He's good at action sequences, really good, but he's not so good at always having everything tied together and not have plot holes. You've been waiting for me to join the Vita Club? Oh! Oh, shh. That was so slow. I liked Revenge of the Sith better than Return of the Jedi, too. Of course, the Sith were always my favorite. That's why I like Empire Strikes Back and Revenge of the Sith best. Oh, yeah! Come on, I'm fast, I'm fast, I'm fast! Not fast enough.
And that'll be a bitter pill to swallow for this home crowd as the ball game is over.
It took them an extra inning to do it, but they'll certainly take it.
For what it's worth, it's not my fault. Look, I was the top hitter with 1 hit. That's... what? Is that right? It was a home run, but... oh, I love Empire Strikes Back. That is a good film.
And boys, probably a handful of deserving candidates for our top.
I loved Revenge of the Sith, too.
What do you say we go ahead and give it to the man who shut the
I wish it
door
could have
out?
been more of Anakin killing people
It's nice to have someone like this that you can call on.
and more as Darth Vader. Foxy's like, I will never get over it. I like that. I got 3 hits in a game, nothing. I get 1 home run, top hitter. We still lost, though, man. Had both our RBIs. Nobody else could do shit. I mean, how good can the Marlins be? Oops. Player comparison. Oh, there's a lot of guys here. Who's the MLB starter? Oh, look at his potential. It's a D. I shouldn't be far from getting called up because he sucks, apparently. I don't really follow that much. Someone wanted me to put up power some. Do that. Anakin does whine a bit, yeah. Oh, they sat me for a game? Fucking A. I hit a home run and they sit me for a game. Apparently the Redbirds clinched either the division or a playoff spot. Palpatine's like his daddy. I love Palpatine. He's like, yay. That guy's cool. See, that's why I like in Revenge of the Sith when, like, he's fighting Mace Windu and then Anakin, like, cuts him up. I need some batting practice. Yeah, Foxy, you're probably like me. In most films, I don't learn character names. I'm like, hey, I like that film where Matt Damon did that thing. Yep, that's the Emperor Palpatine. See, Foxy, you liked part of it. You just needed more of the Sith. More of the bad guys. Bat fucking's all around. Chunal's not gonna replace me. I'm sorry, I missed that. I'm trying to catch up with what Ice Pick said. 5 is greater than 3 equals 4. Greater than... Oh. You never watched any of the Star Wars films? I've been watching the Clone Wars cartoon on Netflix. The CGI one. That was actually pretty cool. I wish I could choke people like that, especially from a long distance. I'd have a list of people to choke. We're at 500. We gotta at least stop with a winning record. We gotta be getting near the end of the season. I don't know how long the minor league season is. Anybody know if it's as long as the majors? Is it 162? The one from 2011, E-Prime. I've already seen the one from 2001. I like the one from 2011 a lot better. Alright, let's do this. Okay, let's get these guys out. These guys have been, like, owning us. Alright, I'm hitting 368. Why'd they call me up to the Marlins? This late in the year? That was stupid. You're not gonna call me up when I do things like that.
And I just think this is one of those swings where you just get committed a little bit too early. By the time you realize this thing was gonna break,
yeah, I like that one.
It was just a little too
that fight with Obi-Wan and Anakin. You're 9 years old in 2001? I probably don't get called up to Poseidon because I don't field so well. And maybe I don't fuck people with enough bats.
We'll try it again. Set down on
What's up, Bobby Fortune? Hit me something easy so everybody sees how good I am and they want to call me up. When did you watch that, Foxy?
Ball swung on and lifted in the air with some carry out towards left center.
Oh, fuck! That's not gonna help my cause!
Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Damn it.
Boy, and you can bet you've got one ticked off dude out there on the mound right now.
I almost did terrible math, Poseidon. I was gonna be like, you're 8 now? Oh wait, it's 2014, not 2004.
And that completely changes the complexion of this whole inning.
Is that what Poseidon says if he's a scout? Well, his arm's good and he hits well, but he doesn't do enough bat fucking. Alright, let's do this. I don't want to get promoted to the Marlins. Come on. Really? Fuck that shit. I didn't mean to swing.
And this will be fouled away.
Hey, let's all say, how old were we all in 2001? Like, I remember 13 years ago. I barely remember yesterday.
Runner not going anywhere at second, now the pitch.
Oh, damn. Hey, I got him to third. Oh, and I got home.
The first baseman off the bag, and he'll reach it first.
And sometimes you can just have a little bit of a mental block on this play. It's just a simple step
I'll admit, I have a hard time watching The Phantom Menace, Foxy. They could edit out half of an hour out of The Phantom Menace and make it a lot tighter. Very possible. Was that E Prime? I don't know. Very possible, Poseidon.
He knows
No.
he should be out of the inning already.
I remember being young
He's gotta
once.
pick up his defender behind him and get
I remember
out of
playing
this.
tag in the neighborhood, running around with all the other kids.
Fastball at 88 that time. A ball and a strike.
Oh, son of a
And the
tit.
two-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. A golden opportunity.
I remember getting punched in the stomach by a neighbor kid once. That wasn't fun. I remember he punched me in my stomach, and then my brother ran inside, because my brother was a narc. He told my dad, and my dad chased that kid. That kid lost his shoe. He was running so fast from my dad. He was afraid my dad was going to catch up with him. Yeah, that pod race scene was a little long. I think the pod race scene... I have seen Powder a long time ago. Isn't that about me, E Prime? I thought that movie was about me. I saw it on like late night TV long ago.
Come set. Now the pitch.
You say come
In
set?
front of the curveball as he bounces this one sharply and through the hole into
Hey, I
left
did a
field.
good job. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, Jar Jar is annoying. Hey, Foxy, remember when I LP'd that game with Jar Jar? That was even worse. He said, come out here. I'm just fuck you, Jar Jar.
It's not hit hard at all, but sure enough.
That's one of my worst LP memories ever. Oh, fuck, they're up 3-0. Damn it. Damn. I'm not hitting well in this game, though.
Will stand in, and he, like so many others, hitless in the ball game so far. Straight back.
I did, Foxy. I tried to troll you with that game, and it backfired hardcore. That scene alone, I had to edit stuff out. I was so pissed. Oh, go, go, go. Run, motherfucker.
Deep. Where will this one
It's gone. Another home run.
That is a moonshot, folks. A long home
He
run.
promised like I didn't get my motherfucking toy. I saw Phantom Menace opening day, and I saw Clone Wars opening day. I don't remember if I saw Revenge of the Sith open. No, I did see Revenge of the Sith opening day too, because there's this really hot chick who dressed like a Jedi.
Even though this is only one run, this is
Yeah, Poseidon, those 1 point of power for righties and 1 point for lefties. I'm like, see ya, motherfucker.
Give him some life.
I've hit 2 home runs in like the last 2 or 3 games. I got our team on the board at least. Well, 2 games, because I hit one, I think, last game today. Now I'm in the next at bat. Hey, somebody else hit a home run. Ty Wigington. He's like, I'm wigging out. Oh, now stupid other team had to do that. Oh, Foxy, that's how girls are. Actually, someone I know used to like him in some movie. Someone I used to date. I can't think of the name of the movie, though, now.
We'll dig in. A home run his last time.
You had to pee really bad when Anakin and Obi-Wan started to fight? You're like, I've gotta go. That's how it was. Hey, No Bean. When I saw Schindler's List in the theaters, because that's a long film, I'm like, that's a terribly sad and touching movie. I gotta go pee when it was done. Oh, yeah, get over his head.
Right center. And he
I'm
can't
taking
come
2
up
at
with it.
least. I'm going to
Leaping
third.
right.
Fuck y'all. I'm going to third, bitches.
Around second. He'll try for third. And he's safe.
You wish you peed your pants? That's interesting. You still can. Yeah, Schindler's List is a good movie. Me and my friend Ben saw it. It's one of those things that started at 11 and you got done at like 1 or 2.
Now that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Good luck with that, E-Prime. Is that going to be in your bedroom, E-Prime? You're going to be fisting yourself?
And I believe that means we're
I
gonna
don't
have
want
a
to see
double
that
switch here.
video. Oh, they gotta change their lineup. I guess they're doing a double switch. Pulling the pitcher and triple. Tripping balls. Too bad Captain P had to go to bed. He'd be like, steal home.
Will dig in now, and he'll do so representing the tying run.
Yeah, and you're not too worried about this guy jumping the yard on you here and tying the ball game. But if he does find a way to get on base,
I wouldn't mind if the guy hit a home run. It'd be a nice, easy way to get home, and I like it easy. I like my baseball, like my women. You run around the bases and you hit things. What movie with Martin Lawrence and Eddie? The only Martin Lawrence one I can see is the one where think of is when he was the Knight. I used to date this chick, and she's like, "You gotta watch this movie." It's like a, well, she didn't know what a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court was, but.
And here's a ball in the air now, carrying a bit out toward right center. And
I'm going home.
Out there in right center, but that should be more than enough to get the
yeah, motherfucker! I did. I tagged up and made it. Hey, Elite Gamer Girl, how you doing? I wanted to impress you with my stick handling capabilities. Is it working? Yeah. Now I feel embarrassed. I'm gonna run and hide. What other nerdy movie? Yeah, the Mark Twain book. Martin Lawrence did a movie that was based on that, basically. They took the concept. Damn you, Redbirds! More like dead bird. Oh, they're still ahead of us. Fucking A. I hit a home run. I get a run on my own. Nothing's ever good enough because the rest of these Zephyrs suck. Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
And this will get over the wall, in fact, so just the one run will be allowed to score.
You gotta do bat fucking according to Poseidon. Son of a bitch.
Hopefully try and settle this guy down a bit.
Yeah, blame the pitcher. It wasn't my fault. I couldn't have caught that. No. I love Hot Tub Time Machine. It's a fun movie. Alright, bases loaded.
And break this one wide open now if he can find a gap here with the bases loaded. Swing and a ground ball towards the hole. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired.
Yeah.
So one run here on 2 hits. No errors.
Who's Oren? Do I know that guy?
5, 6, and 7 will lead things.
You have to talk to Roxy about. Oh wait, he used to be on Blog TV. I like how it's movie chat. Hey everybody, it's me, Super Paul. It's a movie chat. Let's talk about movies we like. I like Back to the Future. Do you? You better. Bases loaded. How many outs? Bases loaded, 2 outs. We're down by 2. Oh! Damn, that curveball is so slow.
2 big outs here, but the tying and winning runs are
Oh,
both
I never really knew about the people on Blog TV. Ah, son of a tit.
So now they find themselves down to their final strike
Gonna
tonight.
fail here at this rate.
You've got the bases loaded and you've gone after 2 straight pitches.
Shut up, Steve Lyons. You can go fuck yourself with a bat. I'm gonna be up to the announcer booth after this game to fuck you up with a bat.
And this one's chopped foul right
I'm trying not to fuck up. Oh, a little late.
Another 0-2 home. Here's a
Oh.
ground ball, but this will be a foul ball.
I thought that was gonna be it. How's your night going, Elite Gamer Girl? Oh, fuck, he got me. He totally got me. Fuck. I blew it. I had the chance. Damn you, Ortiz. I was the top hitter for the team again. 2 hits, a home run.
Quite a lot of offense in this one, but if we had to highlight one guy,
I tried my best, Poseidon.
there he is. He's our top player of the game.
It wasn't very good. No, it's not your fault, Elite Gamer Girl. I have not been playing well tonight. Well, actually, I've been playing okay. It's the team. Actually, in all the games but one I've played tonight, I've played well. Chunao? Fuck Chunao. Boobs, butt, or shoulder? Do I dare ask what that game is? Alright, let's improve my plate vision. We're 5 games back. Am I in the All-Star voting? Look at my center fielder. Am I in the Pacific Coast League? No. I don't know what league we're in. Oh, wait, this is the last game of the season. The Zephyrs have finished the season at 72 and 72, exactly at 500. Unfortunately, that wasn't good enough to make the postseason. Better luck next season. The minor league playoffs are about to begin. Would you like to stop simulating them? No. Did they start simulating? Oh, okay, there we go. Well, I wonder if Jacksonville, the old team, made it. Because our other team was headed to the playoffs that I used to be on. Sure, I get called up time to go to a team that's mediocre. At least I don't have to play. You want to be better than Sims LP or Sims 3 LP? I might eventually do Sims 3. I hope Chunao didn't get a ring. It would so fucking suck if he got a ring at the Double-A thing on the team I helped get to the playoffs. The Rays have defeated the Diamondbacks in the 2000... The Rays and the Diamondbacks? World Series? No. That's not going to happen this year. That is not going to be this year's World Series. The Rays and the Diamondbacks. No way. Yeah, do Sims 3. I want to see what the player comparison is. See, I'm still better than the guy that got started. Well, I'm not actually better, but... I'm a big league hopeful. Someday I'll make it. I don't have a Nintendo 64 though, you prime. I could get an emulator, but I've only ever played 1 or 2 Nintendo 64 games. I was a PlayStation guy once that came out. Yeah, hell, I feel like Marty McFly when he's like the Cubs and the Florida team. When he goes to 2015, I'm like the Rays and the Diamondbacks. Let's see who all retired. I want to see what Derek Jeter retired. Alex Rodriguez retired. Jays. Fuck the Jays. Sorry, I have nothing against the Jays. I'm just mad at somebody. Let's see the Twins, the Tigers. Wait, are there no Tigers on here? I don't think so. Alright, good enough. Are you sure you'd like to exit the retirement screen? Yeah. What? That's good enough. What do I do in the off season? Hit on ladies? I'm gonna learn how to do dance moves. Off season. You have a new contract offer. Okay, let's look at the offers. The Marlins are offering me a 1-year, $80,000 contract. Oh, I don't even like this organization. Can I ask an option? Can I get 100 grand? I don't know if anybody else wants me. That's what I'm afraid of, Poseidon. I'm afraid Foxy's right. The Marlins reject your offer. They're like, no, we're not paying you that. We'll pay you 84. Okay. I need a job, man. I'm not good enough where I can just go anywhere. This is the first time I've ever done the off season. How could other people not want me? I mean, 84,000 is good. I've never made 84,000 in a year at other jobs, so. I don't know what those star dates are. Maybe that's when they have to, like, sign certain people. This is the date of the Rule 5 draft. Oh, okay. I got you. You mean I am the shit Poseidon? That's what you meant. Because my guy is so... Not enough bat fuckings. My guy is awesome. Okay, the guy hits real well. He's hitting 368. He just can't field. He gets confused and runs around. If we were in an American League organization, we could be like, hey, I can be a DH. But for some reason, a National League team drafted us. And I want a job. I don't want to have to go work at a grocery store again. I've been there. That ain't fun. Hopefully they don't demote me in the off season. This is the best part of the game, watching everything simulate. Simulating. Oh. The off season has come to an end. Spring training is about to begin. Alright. You can give me a question. It's an MXL 2006. It's a condenser microphone. I run it through a microphone preamp. I don't know how well it sounds right now because I've adjusted a bunch of audio things that I still don't have all set up the right way. Chunam in his ring? That would be the worst, Poseidon, if I got dropped back down to the Suns, that I helped make the playoffs, and Chunam's like my ring, son? I'm like, oh no. That ain't cool one bit. Oh, I took a ball! Yeah, it's a decent mic EEPROM. I got it for doing cartoons back when I used to do cartoons and voice work. I didn't get it for LPs, but... Oh, fuck. Since I had it, I figured might as well use it. Who the hell's got number 3? That should be my number. Isn't it impressive in our kind of batting practice that I knocked it out? Here it comes. How's school going, Elite Gamer Girl? Ah, fucking ass! Are you a rich developer yet? You could be my patron and watch me play games and pay me. That seems like a great life. Oh, fuck. Damn. Come on, right here, man. I'm open. Cartoon Network gave you a mic? That's cool. Ah! Go, motherfucker. Actually, I bought this microphone here with Comedy Central money from the work I did for them. Hey, Koala. Did I put enough Oz in it? If not, I apologize. Ah, fuck. Come on, man. Let me on. I'm in negatives? Fuck this shit. I wasn't even paying attention to what I was supposed to be doing. How much longer do you got, Elite Gamer Girl? Like a month? Like, I'm getting sick of batting practice. Oh, yeah! Oh, fuck you! Fuck you, I'm done. This is what mature people do when they can't handle something. They walk off. Fuck you, I'm done! They're like, this is practice. Fuck you. Nope. Whatever. I don't need this. Go draft somebody else. You signed a contract, so you stuck with me for a year. Don't make me go play for the Suns again. Are they not playing me in the preseason? They're not playing me in the preseason! Maybe I shouldn't have been an ass about the batting practice! Holy fuck! Are you looking forward to getting back home? May 17th, that's not too far away. Then you'll have time to watch all my LPs. Yay! Squee! can't believe they've not been playing me in the preseason or the spring training.
And now with one away, they'll make a move for their bench as we'll see a pinch runner.
I'm a pinch runner.
Josh
Fucking A, man.
out from the bullpen
Not
here as
let
he
me
makes
play.
his 5th appearance this
I gotta try and
season.
fucking steal. Fuck this. Well, except for that he's gonna throw a fastball here.
Big spot here in a game as close as this one.
See, I'm out. Fuck you. How do you feel about that, manager? Fuck you. I don't even want to play in your game. I got a good attitude.
Understand that being aggressive on the bases can
Oh
be
God,
a
no.
good thing.
Wait, was I
get it.
playing for the
If you're
Marlins?
a tying run on
Oh
second
no.
base, your run is so
No, if I'm playing for the major league team, I'm not
You
supposed
just
to.
can't afford to
That's
give
not
it
the
away
minor
so
league
easy.
team. I don't. Oh no. Oh God. That's not the way to impress the manager. I get up and I see the Marlins logo on my shirt, and I'm like, why do I have the Marlins thing? Oh no. I don't. Well, my character is like 19 now, Foxy. He's 18 or 19. I totally blew that. Like, this isn't the Marlins. They're like, are you high? Where am I? Why are your eyes bloodshot? A skunk attacked me, maybe? I don't know, dude. Oops. Maybe that's what the offer was. The contract maybe was the Marlins, like, we're signing you to the main organization. I've been replaced defensively in the 8th inning.
So a good offensive showing for these guys,
Oops.
but if we had to pick one
Maybe that's why I've been on the
player
bench.
that's our man right
Because they're
there.
trying
He's
me
our
out.
top
I had
player
negative
of the
3
game.
points. I bet you that's what it is spring training. They're testing out some of us potential people before they have to cut the roster down. I didn't help my own cause. I did not help my own cause. I just love I have such attitude. Yep, see I'm on the MLB bench right now. Skip trading. Want me to come in and pinch again? I'm gonna be smarter this time, I promise. I hope that manager doesn't remember that. It's not my most stellar moment. Thank Elite Gamer Girl. I'm special, but unfortunately that wasn't special in the good
Time is
way.
called here with the potential tying run over at first. They're not going to take any chances.
Oh, I'm pinch running again? I'm a good hitter. Fuck you, Marlins organization.
Giancarlo Stanton will be the first to greet him here as he'll stand
I'm
in
not
with a
stealing
runner at
second
first and one
base.
away.
I mean, I screwed I have to bat fuck myself after that.
And a first pitch knuckle curve is a called
On the outside there.
strike,
Okay, there's
0-1.
one out.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there.
They're scared of me and my speeds. I'm gonna go.
And there he goes towards second. Pitch is a cold strike. The
I'm
throw.
safe. I'm
And
safe.
Garden sets it right
All
on the
right,
bag.
maybe I
They
shouldn't
got
listen
him
to
at
people who
second
told me to
base.
steal second.
You just
It wasn't a good
can't
jump,
underestimate
though.
How important it is to have a guy
I'm
like
going.
this to be able to come in and catch for you once in a while. He may not give you a whole lot of offense, but he makes his presence felt on
Well,
plays
that's
like
not
this. This is a
impressive.
great throw here.
The Marlins are not. Well, at least I got their money, right? They paid me. I get their money either way. Yeah, it was a bad jump. It was definitely a bad jump. I hesitated. I don't know if I would have made it either way, but the bad jump did not help me. Oh, they replaced me. You can never replace
You always
me.
hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
People told me to steal the base. I had to do what Ice Pick said. And I'm a hitter. I got an attitude. My character is like 19, 18. He's got an attitude. I'm a fucking hitter, not just a pinch runner. This is what you'll see. I ain't afraid to spite myself. Yeah, the speed is good, but my base running stat is not great. If they pinch run me again, I should ask to go to a different team. At least in New Orleans and Jacksonville, they let me hit. I mean, I get if they don't want me defensively out there, but still.
And in a tie ball game late, they
Ah.
can make a move here as we'll see a pinch runner come on at first base.
They just want me because of
Now
my
we're gonna have a
speed.
conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Donovan Solano will step in. He doubled home a couple his last time. Grounded foul toward the coaching box at third.
Alright, I won't try and steal it this time. 2 outs.
Gets a fastball by him here, and he's in control 0-2.
I really want to get better before they bring me up to the majors for good.
And he'll try to hold up in time, but to no avail as he went around, and the inning is
That's
over.
the joy of being a pinch runner.
One left for
I
Miami.
stand there, watch the guy strike out.
Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Henry Rodriguez will enter now to start the 9th inning, as his job will be keeping the game tied until the bottom half.
I'm not even in anymore, I don't think. I don't see my name on the list. I hate that manager. Now I don't feel bad that I boned it up those other 2 games. Not even gonna let me swing the bat. Come on, Miami, at least get ahead of Washington. I don't know, should I ask for a trade? I don't know where they would send me, though, if they would even trade me. Yeah, it's super... In the minors, I get a hit and do awesome stuff. In the majors, they're just like, go stand on base until a guy strikes out.
A tightly contested ball game here, so it makes it...
Yeah, I might end up back on the Zephyrs when the actual season starts. Then I'd get to hit again and stuff. Yeah, I think you're right, Ice Pick. Oh yeah, I get a base run some more. Now I'm on second, bitches. Ow, I just hit my knee on the desk. I like how these other games I just sit on the bench and I'm like, and then they're like, go in there. What? I've been drinking, coach. Go in there and pinch run. Alright.
Looks like we'll have a pinch
Whatever.
runner out there at second with still nobody out in the inning. Donovan Solano.
Come on, Donovan. No outs. Guy in first to second.
Situation.
And you think at this point you have to get something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen, the tougher it's going to be to claw back from this deficit.
And he lays off there 1-0.
And this is a
I'll run well this time. How about chicken? Someone should bring me some fried chicken. That sounds good. That's one thing I miss about living down south. Is they got really good fried chicken down there.
Here's the pitch. And it's a called strike to even the count at 1. And now action in the bullpen as their closer.
If I was a big famous YouTuber, could I do that? Bring me chicken. Or Twitch person.
Good hard slider at 88. It's 1-2 now.
Now you can't.
Come on,
look for a
Donovan. Hook me
specific
up, bro.
pitch. You just got to protect the plate.
Close to the bag at second there. Now the pitch. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And the sinking fastball.
I guess it should be good though, right? That I at least got to play spring training with the Marlins.
That's a big
They at least like me as a prospect. That's what I'll tell myself.
basically a ground ball away from getting out of this.
I want to steal so bad.
Good slider here to
I don't think I could do it though. I'm terrible at getting good jumps.
Now the double steal is on here. This is a cold strike. The throw.
Ah, I got caught.
Now that play is going to change the complexion of this inning for sure. Now all of a sudden
Yeah.
you have 2 outs.
Fantastic base running by me.
You may have just handed this pitcher a lifeline.
And then they pulled me right away. That manager's gotta hate me by now. I come out there and I just crap all over the base path, and then I sit back down. It was a better jump, yeah, it was better.
And as we wrap things up here, what do you say we name this guy right here as the recipient of our top player of the
Houston
game?
beat us. Now I wish I would have spent more on base running, though. Because their base running stat, I think, is like a 60 or something. I agree with you, Ice Pick. Well, let's see what happens with the regular season, Poseidon. Once the regular season starts, if I'm still just pinch running, then I'll ask for a trade. Because I don't want to spend a year sitting on the bench and pinch running. I'd rather go play for a shit team. Though, looking at Miami's spring training record, that's nothing to
we're going to see a change on the
proud
base
about.
paths here as we've got a pinch runner set to come on at first, representing the possible go-ahead run.
Hey, we're playing Detroit! Go Tigers!
Here's the first pitch. There goes the runner. Pitch inside.
Yeah!
Throw is not in time as he just gets in ahead of the throw.
Boy, I'm not too sure if a good throw would have had him here or not. But you can see he doesn't get on top of his throw down, and it sails on him just a little bit.
Hell yeah,
That's gonna allow
stolen
the runner to
base.
dive in safely
Tuna
with a stolen
sons? No,
base.
they're my sons. I own
The
them.
Tigers have some action in the bullpen as a left-hander starts to get loose. Pitch to the plate is a
I do need to practice stealing more, because it's not something I do a lot. I feel bad about doing it against my Tigers, but gotta do what I gotta do. I'm going all the way if he makes contact. Oh.
And he gets under this.
He's gonna
one
catch
as
that.
this is lifted into center field. Jackson is there, and how about that? A 3-pitch inning as the side.
Well, I got 7 points. That makes up for most of my bad base running.
Donovan Solano has come into the ballgame now as he takes over as the new third baseman.
That means they pulled me. They don't even let me... Well, actually, I don't blame them for not letting me field. I wouldn't let me field either. Go Tigers. You guys can do it. Uh-oh. Oh, I feel bad.
And gentlemen, one of the big keys here for the Marlins this afternoon was the play of this man. Adam
Oh, we
Lind.
beat the
What a
Tigers. Damn it.
performance he turned
Oh, I got
in. He's
13
our
points.
top
Yeah.
player.
Well, thank you, Poseidon. I think you just want to let me bat because you think I'll bat fuck people. Like, yeah, he'll be on that. Get that going. Okay, spring training is done. We're gonna go to the 2015 regular season. Am I still on the Marlins? I am. Wow, I made it to the majors. I don't know if they're ever gonna let me bat though. Okay, maybe I should have asked. Yeah, I'm on the bench. Hey, I got promoted at least. Maybe I should ask for a trade now. I don't want to just be a pinch runner. Okay, I'll ask for a trade after this. Hopefully they'll listen.
Paul.
Or maybe just fuck up enough where they demote me.
Donovan Solano will get another crack. 1 for 3 thus far. Quick check on that tying run at first. And he'll get back in safely.
Here we go, fellas. Let's go. Hold it up on the ground. Let's go right here.
Runner goes. A pitch out. The throw.
Oh,
Be in
fuck.
plenty of time and a perfect call on the
I
pitch
thought that
out
was a
there.
better jump than it was.
Some managers don't like to.
Well,
call
the manager
the
can go
pitch
fuck
out right
himself.
away, thinking if they guess
I got a good
wrong,
attitude.
It changes the whole at bat. But here they had a good idea he'd be running in. Turns out they were right.
I'm not much good for the team as a pinch runner though, because I'm like I got a bad attitude about it. I'm like, I want to hit. Alright, let's,
And the big bat for the Phillies this afternoon belonged to this fella, Dominic Brown.
Hey, the gaming chief, how you doing?
Top player of the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask for a trade. I do not want to be just pinch running. Especially as I'm not very good at running on the base paths. I got speed, but not good at the jumps. Jump, jump, jump! Alright, is this where I go? Interactions? Inform your manager you're not happy with your playing time and would like to start, retire, ask for a position change. I can't ask to be traded? Retire? I'm not gonna retire. I want to tell him I want to play. Can I fucking play? Harrison's doing a fine job right now. Just hang in there. We'll get you some playing time soon. Fuck you, manager! Fuck you! That's my response. Fuck you! Fuck you with a bat! I will take this bat and I will not lube it! And I will fuck you, manager. I don't want a pinch run. Fucking asking for playing time and like the other guy's playing good enough. Then let me go back down. All I do is sit on the bench and then run out because I'm not good at running on the bases. Fuck you. It's okay for me to take a shiv and stab the manager with it.
And now time is
Hey,
called here
for
with
spacemen,
potential
I
tying
hate my
run over
manager.
first. They're
Don't
not gonna
you?
take any chances.
They're paying me like the
They
minimum.
move to a pinch runner now.
You can fuck with me anytime, Elite Gamer Girl. Please don't. I have sensitive feelings.
Got to concentrate and work on getting on base here.
I mean, I'm safe. I'm good. Gaming Chief, because the stupid manager won't let me fucking do anything.
And a dive, but he's back in.
Damn it.
And
I'm
yet
safe,
another
motherfucker.
throw over.
I can't even steal to save him in my life anyway.
And there he goes towards second. Pitch misses low.
Yeah! Boom!
Is not in time as he just gets in ahead of the throw.
Ah, a bit of a gamble right here.
What's up
Remember,
now?
he
Not letting me
represents
play?
the top
Fine, I'll
run.
fucking steal a
This is team
base.
that won't
How
shy
about
away from
that?
taking
This
some
base is
chances,
mine now.
And he's into second base here with nobody out.
A runner at second, nobody out.
What's up, y'all? Maybe I'll go for third and get thrown out because I'm not good enough to hit third.
And a
Take
swing
up,
ball hit
motherfucker.
well
Oh.
down the left field line, but back into the crowd foul.
Luckily, I'm very fast, so I can have a poor jump once in a while. Not so much on the way to third, though. Depending on what the pitcher's throwing.
Swing and a ball hit well to the right side, but this will get.
You know, I
into the
realized,
crowd.
like, I'm in my debut in the majors. I should be like, this is my moment. I've been working for this. Instead, I'm like, fuck you, manager. Fuck you.
No lead to speak of at second. Here's the pitch. And this is swung on.
I'm not
and missed.
stealing home. I can't even steal
Takes care
third
of a
successfully.
key man there. One away.
Plus, they can't even hit me there. He just struck out.
Adam Lind will work now on getting that tying run home from second. A
No.
fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one.
He's got a
1-0.
skeevy look on his face.
Now
He's like,
the wheels spin in
that
that
looks
first base
good.
dugout.
Oh, that man right there.
Skeevy manager. Wait, is that our manager or is that the Phillies manager? Run, Forrest, run. I'm never going to stop running then.
A drive to left.
Home
Get out
run!
of here. Gone. They win it.
Get into the... What the hell's that? Fucking minor league... Or, National League teams?
So a two-run
Yeah!
shot to left center, and
Woo!
none bigger than that one.
Thanks,
as this
Beardo.
ball game is over.
He's like, bring it to me. Come on, bro. I'm a part of a win. It's nice being in the majors.
Well, looked like
Yeah,
this is
hop,
his
hop,
best
hop.
work here for the final
Like a
swing.
bunny.
And these guys are certainly amped up as he wins it with a a game-winning homer.
Wait, just show me. My highlight reel of the majors would be me running the bases here after somebody else hits a home run. See, look at me. There I'm there, and now I'm starting to run. Oh, you had to look at like the bottom of the screen for a second to see my highlight reel. What the hell is that? A shrine to dolphins? Or marlins, I guess? Worship the marlin. Hey, everybody, you like... Hey, why are they interviewing him? Just because he gets to hit. Exactly, Poseidon. 6 seconds is right. And you'd have to have it highlighted in that one area with like a circle or whatever. You gotta look down there, that's the highlight, not the rest of the shot.
No surprise, it was also the final pitch. You got a pitch you could handle it.
Hey, I helped them win. The truth is, if I'd stayed at first, he still might have hit a home run. Whatever. 14 points. At this rate, I'm never gonna get promoted. Maybe I can ask for a trade now. Well, if I hook that up with the other one Ice picked. But you're right, my pro highlight reel isn't even 6 seconds yet. Damn it, I can't even ask to go to a different team. I'm in the lineup! Oh, finally! My rookie year, it took forever for me to get in the lineup. My rookie year is a major. Our guy's got a 9 ERA. It's early in the season, so it's a little jacked up, but that still ain't good. I'm in the lineup, everybody. I made it. Finally gonna take batting practice. Oh, look how small my contact thing is. I'm not gonna hit anything. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. I'm screwed. Truth is, the guy who probably normally starts, he was probably sick or he, like, pulled a hammy or something. Or he wanted to go see a movie. It's like, I got my kids this weekend. How about you start that other guy? The one with the shitty attitude. The one who tried to shiv you. Oh, stay fair. Oh. Boom! Oh, I don't even have close to enough power in a Major League Park. That ain't good. I can't wait. I get to do my first Major League at bat finally.
First opened back in 2012.
Ooh, we're tied with the Phillies, 3-2.
Park in Miami. Today it's the rubber match of this 3-game series between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Miami Marlins.
And the home of the brave, America.
And before we close in on first pitch, a look at the starting lineups here for the
Hey, we're batting 7th. So that means there's one person who's a position player who's worse than us.
And let's also get a brief look at our 2 starting pitchers as you see how they stack up right there.
Yeah, fuck Chunao. You ain't in the majors, are you, Chunao? I made it. Playing Cole Hamels. I can't believe I'm playing for a National League team. It's weird not leading off. Just gotta watch these other guys. Oh no. Holy shit, that's a big man. A defensive lineman snuck onto the field. What the hell? This ain't football, son.
All of 1 run.
He ate one of the other players, I think. Oh. Hey, I'm back in center field. Fuck yes.
Here comes
This is where I belong.
1-2. Now a swing and a fly ball. And the Phillies have their first hit of the ball game.
As we look at that again, you know, this is not a bad pitch by any
I'm mostly
stretch.
grateful he didn't hit it to me.
10 times, I bet he gets him out 9 of them. But
You see me run around in a circle there in the replay. Yeah, I'm in the major leagues now. I'm a pretty big deal.
Paul Dutch will get his first cuts here with 2 gone now and a runner at first.
What's up, y'all? It's the Super Paul Show. The Super Paul Super Show. Marlins forever. I'm a fucking fish or some shit. I want to flop around on the ground like a fish and gasp for air. That's my move. 2 outs, guy on first. Oh my god. That's such a tiny reticle to hit with.
First pitch coming. And a good spot for that pitch as it's chopped foul.
Oh. I don't think my guy needs to go back to the minors and train more. You see how small that reticle is for hitting. Not very good. Hey, Ian, how you doing? Oh, yes! Get out of the infield! Hell yeah! What's up now, manager? My first at bat, I got a base hit. Making me pinch it. Pinch, fuckhead. Got the best attitude ever. They call me Mr. Good Attitude. I gotta keep my ball from my hit. Yeah. I'm supposed to be number 3, Sir Ian. I don't know why I'm number 4, but I can hit. I can't field, but I can hit. Boom! I'm good at going the other way. Wink, wink. These stirrups help me. Thank you.
Get a shot now with 2 on and 2 out here in inning number 2.
Stupid manager earlier when I'm like, I need some playing time. He's like, the other guy's doing good. You could shut up, manager. That's what you could do. How many outs are there before I screw up on the base? Okay, 2 outs, so. Yeah, because he was amazed by the Super Paulness of it. Let's go get tacos.
Had him out in front there as he takes strike.
Please don't strike out, guy. This is my moment. They might put me on the bench for another month. I might not get a hit for a long time.
And he takes one off the inside corner for ball 2.
I guess at least I'm not the guy who gets a hit and then they pull him to put me on. That would suck to get on base and be like, nope, we're pulling you for the Paul dude.
A fastball.
Go home.
The other way out to fairly deep right.
No.
Retreats to the track and he'll put this one away. So a sigh of relief as the side is retired. Marlin.
I'm just scared they're gonna pull me again.
Cody Ashe will dig in.
Hey, it's
now.
Commander Cody, like on Star Wars.
Here to start this new campaign.
I didn't know Twitch people could give me the green light.
Here comes Fernandez, 0-2.
That was close. Oh, I was hoping that was going to go out.
Ball in the air now, carrying a bit out toward right center.
Good job, right fielder. You're much better than Chuna.
2 gone now here in the 3rd.
It's like, I don't know that guy. Oh yeah, we're on the board. We're up 2-zip. It's kind of weird not to be in the top of the lineup and have to carry things.
Ronnie Cedeno will dig in here. He flew out his first time around.
No, I'm scared.
The 1-2.
Ah!
Now a ball hit in the air to left center.
Yeah!
Without much. 2 are gone here to start the 4th.
Thank God he didn't hit it to me. If they interviewed me after the game, that's what I would say too. Thank God it wasn't to me. What are there, 2 outs with me coming up?
Paul Dutch will stand in here hoping to at least put a ball in play here this inning.
I gotta get my contact way up though. My little reticule thing here is tiny. Oh! I don't think it's gonna carry enough. Go! 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 Oh!
Will camp under this one, and the inning is over. Nothing doing here this half.
Why couldn't they have brought the wall in like 10 feet?
Marlins 2 and the Phillies nothing.
I am a big shot, Foxy. Damn it.
Marlon Byrd will lead it off here for Philadelphia to be
And that big
followed
man's
on
back
by
up.
Chase Utley.
I thought that one I hit was going to go out. So close. If I had a little more power, maybe.
And here's a swing and a ball lifted in the air into fairly deep
I got it.
center field.
Hell yeah!
Off man now to start
They're
the
actually
fifth.
going to think I know what I'm doing out here. I know, Sir Ian, I'm playing in the wrong
Here through the
field.
first four, and as we've mentioned,
I didn't want the
just one hit
Marlins
for
to
these
draft
guys
me.
this afternoon.
They won't even trade me. Oh, don't hit it to me again.
Kevin
Again.
Franzen will stride in again. He struck out swinging his first time. At first is Utley, the pitch.
Oh, shit!
Oh, and he goes the
I'm never
other
gonna
way
get
with
to that
the
in time.
fastball. He drives it out to deep right center field. And that gets down, and we'll see if that's extra base.
Hey, at least I couldn't have got to it in time. I didn't fuck that up.
And they're on the board as now it's a 2-1 ball game.
This is not a bad pitch with 2 strikes.
It's not a
He's up
good
there
thing
knowing
that
he's got
happened
a
to us,
short number
though.
to protect. He
Damn
does
it.
that and more as he slices this one the other way, and with the runner moving on contact, he's going to come around to score all the way.
No. Well, we're still up 2-1. That's something. As disappointed as I am by that last play. That was a good hit. Well, I'm getting a lot of in-the-field
Ronnie Cedeno
opportunities.
will stand in again. He's flown out in each of his first 2 plate appearances thus far.
He flew out. He was on a business trip on an aeroplane. Hey, the real Herbert. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Yes.
Dutch is going to have room out there.
Gotta
as he
stop
puts
reading
this
the
away to
chat.
retire the side. 3 up, 3 down for
I assume
Philadelphia.
Paul was like talking to people in the stands. Hey, Bleacher people, how you doing? Oh shit, here comes the ball. Run. I've done okay though. Maybe they'll let me play more. I haven't screwed up in the outfield yet.
Paul Dutch will dig in now. A single and a fly out for him in 2 trips thus far.
2 outs, guy on first.
Here's the first offering. Grounded
Ooh,
foul
almost
off
killed
the
somebody
right.
out there. He's got the drum. Knock that shit off, you damn kids.
Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins.
Kiss out. Shut him down.
And
Oh,
he
I thought that was my
swings on
pitch,
top of
too.
one here and chops it foul right at home
Totally
plate.
thought that was my pitch.
Now another 0-2. And he gets a piece of this one to foul.
Trying
it
to
towards
stay
backstop.
alive. Staying alive. Oh no! Right back to the pitcher.
And a bit of a high throw that
Just
time.
let the bat fucking begin. Commence the jiggling.
Marlins get
I
one
knock
here
something
on a couple
over?
of hits. We're through 6.
I'm 1 for 3. That's over 300 average. Well, I'm just glad I got on base once. I'm just glad the manager actually let me play. Oh no, no, come on, don't let Miami tie it up. Oh shit. It's 3-2, guys on, 2 outs.
Stand in with a showdown
I don't want the
going.
game to be
2
dependent
on,
on me
2 out here in
fielding.
inning number 8. On a big swing there at a fastball, and he really got into it high and deep to left center field.
Hey, that wasn't my fault, left fielder.
Over the wall out there, and that's going to keep this a tie ball game as that go-ahead run will need to stop over at third.
Oh, it's all happening again. Now we're down 5-3.
Chase Utley will get another
Go away,
crack.
Chase
1
Utley.
for 3 thus far.
Hey, I didn't screw that up, Poseidon. I didn't screw anything up. Well, yeah, there's still time, too.
Here's a ball swung on and lofted in the air out toward right center.
Good job, right fielder.
Yelich is there to put it away and finally put an end to the inning.
That was the left fielder's job, the one that was near me.
Men come to the plate and they push across.
I was just backing him up. Oh yeah, home run! We're only down by 1. Come on, get some guys on. No? Oh, don't let them have more runs. That would be sad. Fucking Phillies. The fucking Phillies are like, we're gonna make sure you lose your job. I keep hitting them around you. No! They're gonna realize I'm not good enough for this level yet.
And a curveball here as he lifts this one the other way out to left center.
Yeah, I got it!
Dutch is there. Let's see if they try it. And they'll go ahead and tack another to their lead as it's now a 6-4 ball game.
If I had a stronger arm, we could have caught that guy too.
Insurance run here in the late going.
I just stole that from the left fielder. I'm like, fuck you! It's my time! I got this, son! This is how you do it!
Paul Dutch will stand in, needing to do something here to get on base as they're down to their final 2 outs.
I'm just like, get out of my way. They're all for me. Come on, throw me something easy to hit, bro. Oh, I should not have swung at that. That was ugly.
Papelbon takes charge 0-1.
Should I visit Chuna and be like, what's up, Chuna? Yeah, I did hit the cutoff guy, but my guy's arm is weak. Oh,
Swing and a
fuck.
miss, and he needs a little discipline here. 0-2.
Yeah, discipline is not my thing.
When that's upstairs like that, that's a pitch you gotta leave alone and make him bring something down.
And he strikes him out as well. So
1
make it
for
back to
4.
back
Not my
punch
best.
outs here to the
Well,
first
it is my best major league
out of the
appearance
bullpen.
because it's my
One
only
thing to
major
learn
league
real
hitting
quick as a
appearance.
rookie, you don't get any easy at-bats at this level. You gotta be thinking up there
I didn't say I like
every
catching
pitch.
balls, Elite Gamer Girl. What are you insinuating?
Don't.
Yeah, I know I need to be more patient when I hit. The thing is, I got to the majors by just swinging at everything. Sadly, we lost this. So I was like, why change? Why do I have to learn to be patient if I can just swing and run them out?
Dominic Brown, strike opposed. He's our top player of the game.
Good for you, Dominic Brown.
You see a couple of hits for him in the ball game. This one was tight throughout, but in the end,
Hey, I got
really
some
helped
points,
lead his
though.
guys to this victory.
I got on first. I was good defensively. I didn't screw any of that up for once. Let's see how long it is before they make me, or they let me start again. I should have my first major league hit and at bat. That's good news. So let's go to training. Let's go to plate vision. That's got to get better. No, I'm not going to ask the the manager to move me up in the lineup. Do I get to start again? Nope. Oh, back to pinch running. Fantastic. I started it in a game, you idiot manager. I was okay. I mean, I wasn't great. You know, I hit 250, but I was batting like 8th, 7th, or 8th anyway, so.
And in this critical spot, we're going to see a pinch runner here as he'll take over at first, representing the possible winning run.
What? That left fielder needs to learn how it's done. I taught him. I'm like, this is how you do it, son. Zephyr style, boy.
Alley could end this thing.
Oh, shit.
And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball.
Playing the Braves? I kind of want to go to the American League. What's up? I'm not going anywhere.
That winning run at first.
I got discipline. Not really, but.
And now the second pitch is swung on and hit in the air.
Oh, fucking God!
Is going to get there to make the catch. And now they may have a shot at doubling the runner at first. Throw back to
Okay.
first. Doubles him up and the inning is over.
Well, that's on me. That's embarrassing.
Jones is going to come on as a defensive replacement now as he takes over at first base.
Like, no! I thought I was gonna get in the between the two. That was bad, bad base running. That was total fail. Can I demote myself after that? Chuna's not gonna start over me, no way. I like Elite Gamer girls just like shake their head. Oh, you. I hate pinch running. I like being on the base pass, but I hate pinch running.
And guys, the Braves tonight were led offensively by the exploits of this man.
Hey, we
Freddie
lost
Freeman.
again.
Strike opposed, he's our top.
I wouldn't care if they release me as long as somebody signs me. I'll play for almost anyone, just don't let Milwaukee sign me. I don't want to play for the Brewers. Man, for baseball, I didn't do anything that bad. I just kind of have a bad attitude when it comes to pinch running. See, who's the starter? Wait, AAA starter? Oh, okay, Hairston must be the guy who's starting. Oh, his numbers aren't that good, but I need to, like, drop down so I can... Can't do anything with the training. Hey, Jiggy! I wish I had a PS4 for this, actually. If I had more money, I would get a PS4 just for this. Oh yeah, I'm batting 6! I'm back in the lineup. Hell yeah. At this rate, I'm gonna play like 3 games in my Major League debut year. That's what I need is roids. Actually, I need to get better contact. Alright, who are we playing? I wasn't paying attention. I saw a bell in the background. I think we're playing the Taco Bell team. The hitting coach is like, we're not playing the Taco Bell team. I'm like, could you get me some Taco Bell? I really want some, bro. And that looks like, oh, we're playing the Phillies? Oh, we are.
From the city of
5
brotherly
games a
love,
month.
MLB The Show has baseball from Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia.
I didn't know the Phillies had like a neon Liberty Bell in the background.
Between the Miami Marlins and the Philadelphia Phillies.
Alright, who are the pitchers?
And then briefly, let's take a look at the 2 starting pitchers who get the assignment here.
So I'm going against Pettibone. Man, the stadium's huge compared to the other places we played. I wonder if I'll ever get a lead off again. All right, our team has no hits, 2 outs, and I think it's the second.
Will stand in now as he was reinserted back into the lineup here after taking a needed day
Sometimes
off.
you do have to reinsert it, if you know what I mean. I'm waiting for my pitch. Don't tell me how to swing the bat. That was not my pitch. See, people who said I should have discipline, I had discipline for once. How about that? It's something that's rare for me. I'll hit the Liberty Bell.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Very patient here in these opening few innings.
You know, the interesting thing is I got no walks. I was not walked even one time in the minors.
And this is a good fastball hitting team.
Oh, that was stupid of me to swing at.
From 2-0, it's 2-2 now.
Yeah, you've got a cold night. The ball won't be carrying as well, so you're going to force.
Oh, tits! Fuck you, third baseman!
And we'll have to leave it
If I was making 84 grand a year, I would almost think about an ice pick. PS4 is all around. Merry fucking Christmas. That's what I'd say if I was Santa. I'd be like, no Christmas for whores. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I got too excited burp. Like, ooh. Yeah, wait, no, we're not the Phillies. I'm on the bench like, yeah! They're like, what are you rooting for? I'm like, I'm sorry, a different team I was for on were red. That was a different LP, so I get confused easily. All those ho-ho-ho's, motherfucker! You better get that, right fielder. Where the fuck were you? Quit jerking off.
One run scored. Here's a second to score.
I want to see. Is your name Tuna?
It's cut off. So all
Did you
three
screw up,
runners are in
Jones?
to score.
Hey, Super Gooder.
Swinging the bat right there. He's right on this pitch.
Oh, was Super Gooder? Was that the day when we burned the entire lot? When we put on all those carpets and blew it all up? Because that was cool.
Three-run double.
You're right, Styrian. At least I don't feel so bad if the rest of the team's not hitting well. It's not just me. Oh, take it easy, Poseidon. Have fun at school. Don't bat fuck anyone. It's probably frowned upon.
Paul Dutch will make his way towards the box to lead off the fifth.
Come on, I gotta get a hit. I got a hit last game I was in.
Body
Yeah, drop!
spending to attention as the
Hell
first
yeah.
pitch is hit into right field for a leadoff single.
Yeah, I remember that ice pick. That was awesome. We trapped the people and boom, they all
Maybe
burned.
these guys are going to start getting a little more aggressive here early in the count. This is the first pitch of the inning, and he's on base here to kick things off.
How about that, manager? I'm a decent hitter.
Jeff
I'm not a
Baker
great
will begin
hitter
here.
at this
Pulled out
level
his first time around.
yet.
Now here's the first pitch. In there, strike one.
I almost wish I would have gone on that. That wasn't that fast of a throw.
Before the 0-1, he'll check on first. And a dive, but he's back in.
Leave me alone, bro. I just want to go to second.
And again a throw. And a dive, but he's back in there.
He thinks I'm better at running on the bases than I am. He missed the highlights or the lowlights of all the time I've got caught stealing.
Here's a softly hit ball back
Oh,
to him
shit!
on the mound. Throw back to first, and they double him up.
I was fucked either way because he caught it right at him.
You think he'd be able to recognize it over at first and hustle
Boom.
back, but for some reason he gets caught out in no man's land, and this turns into a double play.
Maybe I'll do that ice pick. Maybe if I do Sims 3 or 4, maybe I'll stream some of those. I have never played the Sims 3 or 4. Well, 4 is not out yet. Durr, I haven't played a game that's not out yet. Oh, Philly, quit fucking us over.
Paul Dutch will step
Alright,
in
guys
now with
on
3
first
home
and
in the
third,
inning and another 2 men out
and
there on base.
2
This
no
inning's
outs.
really starting to unravel quickly from
Oh.
a defensive point of view. This is where you need a nice
Kinda want a
follow-up in
bunt.
a big way.
Do I dare?
Runners lead from first and third. Here's the pitch. And now he drops one down here, and he'll try to beat it out. And
Well,
the throw to first is in time.
You can help me with the Sims? I'm sure Ghost would be willing to,
Well, I
too.
think this is going to wind up working.
Yeah, I was hoping the guy was going to try and go home on that. That might have been hard for him to get.
This wasn't a show early and make sure you get it down kind of a bunt. He was trying to beat that one out, but a good throw is going to take care of him.
Tie game. I thought that... that was not a good bunt, though. I bunted it towards the third base side. That's not going to help. I needed to bunt it towards the first base side. We're up, though. We're up 6-4 now. Guys in second and third.
2 to this point in the ball game.
Whoa.
And here's a slider that runs inside.
You don't have to beat me, dude. I don't even have a hit today.
Out over the plate.
No one to be
One thing
scared
he's shown
of.
so far, he's not afraid to
Ooh.
work inside.
Yeah, and with that base open right now, he shouldn't have to be afraid. If you do hit him, big deal. Get the next guy.
They have chat on the Sims Wiki? Are you still making all the babies, Foxy, on your Sims thing? Oh!
Straight back.
I timed that wrong. That was my pitch. Son of a wiener.
And this is fought off at the plate as it's chopped foul.
Play your funky beats, beat offer.
Just did get a piece of that one, so he stays alive.
Toddlers everywhere. Do they get taken away if you don't feed them and stuff? That sounds annoying if they all scream.
Here he comes again, 1-2. And a tough pitch on 2 strikes as he's able to foul it off. 6 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error so far for the Marlins.
Hey, plays that first. Plays that first.
Look
Whoa.
out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now.
Yeah, he's not trying to hit him, I don't think. But sometimes you need to keep guys honest up there. I think that's all he was trying to do there.
Tried to bury one down and away, but it's a full count
I
now,
can't believe I was
3-2.
patient on that. Now watch me swing at some crap.
Open, so he doesn't have to give in on 3 and 2.
Shut him down.
Oh,
He struck him out, so he was
could have let that go too.
pitches that at
Why aren't you paying attention to me? Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention.
So 2 runs.
I
on
can't believe I
just 1 hit in the
swung at
inning.
that.
2 errors in the inning and 2 left. Bottom
I do
of the 7th
sometimes
now.
D-hurt. Depends on the situation. That one, oh, I should have let that one go. I'm not good at being a patient. Is that a home run for us? 9-4? Yeah. Do you have to have 100 babies at a time, or just make 100 babies period? You talking about for the Sims Ice Pack? I still got to finish my original Sims LP. 1 for 3. Oh, cool! I got a hit.
We'll get
So
another shot. Struck out swinging his last time.
I'm gonna be the last out of the inning if I don't get on.
Fastball swung on and missed 0-1.
Yeah, kind of a late
That's a lot of
decision to
fucking
swing
babies.
there. Even if he hits that thing, that might just be a routine fly to right.
Oh, got him a swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2.
Boy, he was so far behind that first pitch that he over-adjusted and was so far ahead of...
Why did I swing at that? That was stupid. That was like in my eye level.
And that will retire the side.
Oh well. We won 9-6. I'll take it. Not that it matters if I'll take it or not. Oh yeah, I'll take it. No, I'm not gonna take any balls, Elite Gamer Girl. I don't want you to think of that. Puppies and toddlers? How many people can you have on your lot at once, Foxy? Sounds like there's puppies and toddlers everywhere. 1 for 4. That's about my average right now, 250 in the majors.
As always, a few guys we could have chosen from, but out of everybody, that's the man who stands out in my book. He's our top player of the game.
We won again, though. I'll take that. I'm in your mind, Elite Gamer Girl. I know all your thoughts. You're thinking right now, I want to bake him a cake. Delicious. True story. I did not know that, Foxy. Oh fuck, I can't increase plate vision. I guess I should wait. Tired of the bottom half? No, I'm not going to ask him to move me up in the lineup. I'm just glad to be on the field. Hi, Lone Star. How you doing? I get a pinch run on second. Basically means I stand there while someone strikes out. We're 5-6 and Philly's 4-7. Apparently Philly is the only team we play in the majors. There's like 29 other teams or something, but we only play Philadelphia. It's a weird schedule we have for some reason.
And with 2 away now, they want to make sure that runner can score from second on a base hit, so we'll see a pinch runner take over out there now. Rob Brantley will be summoned now to be the pinch runner. Lou Hill will stand in now.
Oh, I thought they meant they were replacing me too. I guess they replaced 2 people for pinch runners.
You have to get something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen, the tougher it's going to be to claw back from this deficit.
Good bite to the slider, and he takes strike 1.
Come on, get me home, dude. How many different uniforms do we
Runner
have?
staying tight to the bag at second. Here's the pitch. And boy, they're really giving him fits inside now as he can't get extended there, and it's 0-2 now.
Down 0-2 after 2 great sliders. This guy's working
Oh.
out now.
And this is going to be a foul ball.
Come on, man. Get me home. Just need a solid hit, some good contact. Get your wood on it. Oh, that sucks. The glory of the pinch runner. Mostly stand there and watch someone strike out. Oh. Someday if my character has kids, they'll be like, what was the majors like? I sat on the bench a lot, then I get on base and watch people strike out. But I gotta go to the games for free. Those are my stats. Nothing, 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 because they didn't let me bat. I'm guessing I'm not player of the game. Chase Utley was.
Chase Utley. Put that on a bubblegum card. He's our top player in the game.
We're in bases, kids! Gotta practice your running.
Big home run, which really led his guys to this victory.
How long do the characters in Sims 3 last as adults? Like, is it really short, long? Because if I do a LP of it, I don't want it to last forever. That's the one thing about the original Sims, is people don't age. Yeah, I don't start enough. Now isn't a good time for you to start, but I'll find some more room for you in the lineup soon. Okay. Thanks, man. My manager's starting to listen to me. Probably because I got his attention when I shivved him. Oh, so I don't get to play against Atlanta. We just lost 3 straight against Atlanta? Fuck. Oh, there's a timer for their lives? That's cool. So I get to bat 7th. Wicked. 90 days from birth to death? I'm assuming those are in-game days, right? Boom, 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 boom. I definitely need some batting practice. That reticule's so small. I can't believe I actually almost wish they would demote me so I could get better. Wait, there's a drowning option? You can just drown your Sims? Isn't that kind of dark? Go, 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 go! Please go! I ain't got that kind of power. I can dream. Hey, at least we finally get a team that's not Philadelphia. Though from what they said, our team lost the last 3 games that I didn't play in to the Marlins. Well, hitting coach, that's all the better it's gonna get. Sorry.
Coverage of baseball on the show brings us to the home of the Braves, Turner Field in Atlanta. Tonight,
wow, Atlanta's doing well. What a surprise! I can't believe Atlanta would have a team that would win ever.
And the Atlanta Braves.
Minimum is 13 days. I'd probably do 3 or 4, depending on what the requirements are for 4.
Let's also get a look at our 2 starters in this one, as you see a couple of right-handers getting the baseball.
Chris Medlin, the way he was wearing his hat, he looks like a little kid. He's like, I'm 3, I'm on a team. Like that damn 3-year-old starting ahead of me. That ain't fair. I don't remember when Atlanta set fire to the flag.
Dutch will stand in here, looking to keep the inning alive with 2 gone now in the top of the 2nd.
Keep what alive? Nobody's on. Oh,
and he waves
these bastards abandoned me.
Balls and a strike.
Here we go, fellas. Let's go.
Not able to hold on there as he swings through a pitch in the dirt, and it doesn't look good for him now.
Oh, I hadn't heard that, Foxy.
And now with the 0-2 count, he's got probably 5 different pitches he can throw here. So as a hitter,
that's terrible.
The next 0-2. And this is
go, 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 go!
Though the ball did hit
Please
the
go!
ground, so he'll need to go to first. And the throw to first will indeed get him.
I'll go sit back on the bench. Oh, well, I guess I'll go play outfield.
Chris Johnson will stand in for the first time now, looking to keep that hot streak going as he's been hitting the ball well these past 6 ball games.
I'm open, bro, Sif.
And he swings and hits this ball high in the air and deep to left center field. And that'll get down out there near the wall.
I can't see from this angle.